On weed. Okay. Some shit went down. I guess I missed it. It was a fight mid. Okay. Very nice. Nice. Oh, you're doing this. I think like right now, because you know there's 2 mid and you have 3 here, that the most optimal thing for you to do is go here and ward this, or at least like control the area, because you're never killing anyone under tower here. That's just whatever. It's just something you shot call and ping. Because you can control this area, and like you have to understand. Give me 1 sec. You have to understand what control means, because like if you ever watch pro play, or I mean, actually, you don't even need to go to pro play. Just the higher elo you go, the more people understand this. I think people start understanding this in high diamond. To be honest with you, maybe not. They're kind of dumb, but like a lot of them understand it. Is especially at night. I realize like a lot of Chinese people play at night and they're just better. Is like, let's just say you're in this area, right? Like if you're the first one and you're in this brush, they can't walk here easily, right? That's scary. This is like, oh, like what can I do? They gave you the opportunity to come here. And like, to be completely honest with you, I think you guys can probably win the level 1, but yeah, that's just me. I think for sure you can. Yeah, for sure you do, right? Because like you have a Lee Sin support, which is going to do a shit ton. Plus, like I'm pretty sure... I'm just worried about the Briar, but I'm pretty sure you guys win the level 1. Doesn't really matter. You have control of the area. You can get a ward down. You can back off after 50 seconds, right? So like, as long as you place this ward after 50 seconds, you're good. But obviously 120 is like the most ideal, or like 115. But yeah, like it's just... And it's like important stuff. This is like really important stuff, because a ward here would be broken. Just saying. Alright. You're fucking inting. Just potted shit, bro. That's not good. Alright, so I see you're going for like the health item instead of the AD item. I think that's kind of smart. Okay. So far, pretty good. So I like this. I think like something you should do is maybe throw Qs out, but obviously like your job as support, especially at this elo, is like not to just get a kill or whatever, right? Like sometimes you just want to be a menace. So like you were in this brush and you actually had an opportunity. I'll show you, bro. You actually had like major opportunity here, right? To right here. See this window? I'll show you. So what I would do right here, by the way, just letting you know, is I would walk out, especially like, I guess because if you're on a smurf, you can just be more ballsy. Is I would walk out, throw a Q, miss, doesn't matter, then go back on the brush, right? Because you don't want to give up your brush control, right? And you don't want to give vision while in brush. And it honestly doesn't even need to hit, bro. It can hit a minion, right? Like like this person's really bad at the game, right? So all we're trying to do is make her do this for 1 sec. All we're trying to do is make her question what's going on in this brush. If she's gonna get hit, is she not gonna get hit? Like that's the menacing part of brush control. So it's just really important to capitalize on that. Like, bro, you're a support, okay? You're not like CSing or anything, bro. You know what I mean? Like, be fucking useful, bro. Like, you don't have anything to do. You know what I mean? Like, look at the minimap and fucking apply pressure. Anyways, you stepped up a little bit late for level 2. You should be very, like, you know you're gonna hit level 2, right? So right here, we know after this minion you're gonna hit level 2, right? So you need those 3 minions. So like you need to step up. You shouldn't even be here, bro. Like you want to hit level 2 and like really zone them. Like you want to be here. You gotta zone them a whole, and this is very important. Like if, like, just don't ever consider yourself a fucking good player until you know that when you have a level 2 advantage, you step up early, because we know the wave is far, right? So you want to take advantage of this. So like really zone them out. Oh yeah, shit, my bad, bro. Yeah, we should get on comms. Because like, honest to God, like this is so delayed too. The threat is me being a menace. I was doing NY things. thought I was doing NY sitting in brush and not throwing it. Oh, I thought I was doing that by not throwing it. Well, the thing is, like, League is very psychological, and even at a higher level. But the thing is, like, these guys are all crap, right? So you want to your Q's 10 seconds, right? I mean, I think they nerfed it to 11, but yeah, like, what the fuck is, I'm so curious. 10 seconds, right? So you want to, like, it's okay if you miss it. Like, 10 seconds is not a long time, right? So what's up, little homie?
Yo, what up?
Here, let me share my screen too, so you can watch it live.
There we go.
Did it work? The fuck? It doesn't say I'm streaming. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool.
And I'll give you some preface. This is like 1 o'clock in the morning. Absolutely cooked out of my mind. Last game of the day on the Smurfs, playing the league because it's fun. But yeah, I agree. I definitely should have put through a Q there where you're saying, like, my concern with throwing the Q out is like we're gonna get level 2. I'm not gonna have it up, but where you said I should have, my Q definitely would have been up in time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And with the level 2, just to catch up on the things you said, the level 2 there, I understand that, but sometimes I'd like when I step up too far level 2 often, and there's that space between my AD carry and it's just like it's so obvious that I'm gonna force the fight. The bot lane will
Yeah.
just walk away and sit at tower. But is that
So
what I want them to do in that case?
yeah, it is what you want them to do, but I understand, like, if you have a thought process of like, so like there's
Like
like
I'm trying to pull them in. I want them to feel
yeah,
safe. I want them
but
to come closer to dad.
yeah, I get that. I get that. So like, you know, I've coached for a while, and this is like a big dilemma that I have with myself, with telling people what to do when coaching them, because a good player will never fall for that. Would you agree? Like, ever.
A good player would never fall for that.
Yes,
You're
yeah.
right. 100%.
So what you're doing right now is you're saying, just hear out my whole philosophy. What you're saying right now is like, they're bad. I know they're bad, and I'm going to play
100%.
I'm going to play somewhat bad a little bit myself. I'm not going to do the right thing.
I want to be a fish. Yeah.
So that hopefully, like, I kill them. But my argument to that is, if that works, then you will keep playing with those players, because you will only win the games against people that fall for idiocy.
True.
And right,
correct.
That makes sense, right? So that's just like the only issue I have with that. And then the second thing is, I would rather you instill really good habits in yourself than bad habits against like bad players. And the thing is, like, you should have zoned them off earlier. Like, that's just like the logical thing to do if you can get a early push advantage, right? So even in this situation, nothing's really gained by you pushing them out 2 seconds earlier. And I get that, but also at the same time, like, it should be a habit, because there are going to be games where you are going to get an advantage from that. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What about just overall in the Lee Sin sup? I mean, I feel like next season, I don't know. I'm probably not gonna play him because everyone I play with thinks I'm trolling when I pick it. Other than my Masters buddy, he says that I should play Lee Sin support the diamond. He thinks it'll work. But
so I mean, I already said, like, I don't think Lee Sin support's bad. I said Lee Sin support's pretty good. I don't know if you like heard me when I said that on stream.
I heard it. I didn't know if you were trolling or not.
No, not at all. Like people want to pretend like, oh, this is bad because I know what people in Korea are playing or whatever, right? Like, they fucking have the game understood. But like, even people in Korea, like, you know, the reason Lee Sin's so fucking good in general is he has really high damage, he has high mobility, and like
so much high damage.
Yeah, like so much. His base damage is disgusting. His Q is just disgusting execute damage on, you know what I mean, on a lowish cooldown. We call it a medium cooldown, right? So like the low cooldowns are 7 seconds and below, and then anything that's like 9 to like 12 seconds, like medium, and then the fucking 16-second plus things are just super high, right? So like he's on like some pretty low medium cooldowns, and like it's disgusting, right? Because it's like an execute, does more damage the lower health they are, right? So like,
know, man, so much.
Yeah, it's not even a joke. Like, actually, if you land a Q here, she's dead, right? So like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not bad. And the only problem is that people will not know how to play around you. That's it. Like, that's the only issue. That's like a really big issue. I try to
give people a little. I'm like, hey, give me the Ez, give me the Callista. This was the first game playing with MF. I liked it with the MF. That slow is. I can land my Q every time once
MF definitely I can see a strong. So
this is a good AD carry, and my team didn't get tilted when they saw the Lee Sin and Champ Select. We were discussing
that must happen a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, people are like, "Oh, this isn't meta."
Well,
but
I'm gonna explain something.
If I play bad, it's kind of justified too. I guess.
So like,
to say that.
I've noticed this. This is something you need to keep in mind as someone who's playing off meta, right? Like how the game works, right? Like when you have people and like this is their skill level, right? Like this skill level is just say this like challenger or whatever, right? And like let's just say like
Yeah.
this is like GM, and like we can say this is masters. I'm gonna move this screen real quick so it's like it looks a little bit better like this. So and then whatever, let's just say we have like diamond, emerald. So like what makes these players super fucking good is, believe it or not, they track every ability like
Yep.
in the before the game, during the game, all that stuff. So right now, like they know this person has 4 skills plus a passive, right? And like repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. And you know, same thing here. And when they see this, they have a comparison in their mind and they quickly can decipher like a puzzle, like how it should be played. And then they do it mid-fight, like they do it mid-fight. And mid-fight they track, right? They'll be like, oh, Akali used R2. Like, okay, I'm good. You know, I can go and she used E, R2, she didn't have an escape, whatever. You know, like they track that really well in the fight. And they literally do that with all 10 people's abilities and passives, right? So this is like, and high challenger especially is like way different ball game than low challenger. You know, it's like anything. Like the best basketball players or whatever, or the best chess players or whatever, they just make like the, you know, the lower, like if we broke this down into tiers, right? Like the people up here just discussing so fucking good. Now the problem is when you get like here and everything lower, to be honest with you, like think of the average silver player or gold player or bronze player. What will happen is your Lee Sin, let's just say, you'll use your R, your E, you'll even use your W, use your Q, and you'll be fucking out of energy. And they'll be there with like 40% health. Let's just say use everything on them, they're 40% health, and they still run away and don't even cast a single ability on you because they don't realize your cooldowns are down, correct? Right? Like you think of a silver player, right? They just run. They're like, oh my god, no shit, this person hurt me. You know, they don't know what a fucking cooldown is, right? So as we get up, people understand cooldowns more, but they also understand abilities more. The problem is the elo you're in, even this elo, even like this elo, like they're not thinking about what you can do. Like in levels, we go up like to trading, so we think, okay, one-on-one, so people like can kind of decipher a little bit of one-on-one, and then we always see that people actually notice the enemy more. So let's just say you're MF right now. She's not going to even think of your abilities. She's more or less going to think about these people's abilities. But that's why bot lane's hard, right? Because you're actually, we're looking at 8 abilities versus 8 abilities. And that is almost way more complicated than 4 abilities versus 4 abilities. Like way more complicated. Way more complicated.
From playing support for so long, I think of trading more in terms of 2v2 rather than 1v1 as well.
Well, I mean, like if you want to,
like the first 5 minutes of bot lane trades,
that's good. That's one good thing about learning bot, and that's why it's kind of a hard lane to learn. But like you need to think about the game as like 20v20 in abilities, right? Like this is where we need to get. This is what. And the closer you get to this, the better you become as a player. Now, I was just gonna say, like the problem is that like you're probably playing with like some ADCs that don't even think about what you can do because not only are they not familiar with it, right? Like they see Leona, they're like, oh, Leona E's, Leona Q's.
Even the ones I am familiar, even the ones that are familiar with me, you know.
Yeah, well, because like they only see what, you know, they're comfortable with. That's like kind of like a human nature thing. You know what I mean? So
if all AD carries were aware of what I could do,
then
we would win every lane. We would never lose a lane. I would be challenger, rank 1, Korea, #1, and my duo AD carry would be right behind me.
I don't know about that, but we'll see. Like for example, like when you were getting your like level 2 advantage earlier, like you should hold the brush because you had brush control. You shouldn't be standing up here for no reason, right? Because like if we just go back, so like there's all these like fundamentals, like why are you even here? Like why here? Why not here?
I went to hit the minions. I went to go use.
It's okay. It doesn't matter. So like
I don't need to though.
No, you don't need to. You want to push this as slowly as possible.
When I see the my quest item is stacked up 3 times, and I'm just like, fuck, I gotta use.
No, well, there's an advantage to that, and I understand that. But like, first off, there's this minion. Okay, I know it's not as much gold, but like, there's way more threat here.
And like, I wasn't aware of my pathing here. I'm baked out of my mind at midnight. Like, can't keep my eyes open. But
well, I mean, like, this is the game you want to go over, right? So I can only comment on like, you know.
Yes.
But like, I would say this. So like just. So when you have a big wave advantage like this, you have to think of waves as, especially early game, as like teammates helping you. And in a lot of ways, like obviously they can't fight you in this wave, that'd be int, right? But on top of that, this wave helps you push. It's very important you remember this and think about this. This wave helps you push. It's really, don't ever forget that. And right now you're hard pushing a wave that you want to slow push. That's like just, but again, you want to do it with this person.
And that's why I did it in the early game too. Like I made sure not to touch the wave. I already saw MF she touched like we already got she established Prio.
Yeah.
There first. She
Well, it's not
auto-attacked.
just that. Like you ideally
that
want
there,
to,
but-
you ideally want this wave to actually like be here right now. Like this is all really
Yeah.
bad, and then you use these two waves stacked and you crash, because if you crash this
Yeah.
wave, you get a cheater. Excuse me, a cheater recall, which is what you want.
Yeah.
Ideally, like
That's what Krizo is always trying to dig. Now, from my experience with some of these, like when I play with the Chinese Emerald or the NA Masters in bot lane,
Mhm.
we have they'll shove out these first 3 waves usually. I think
Yeah.
it's the first 3.
3 or 4. 4 if you're like
and then-
really good at the game, but 3 is like common.
Sometimes they might back, but usually most of the time, we have the opportunity to get the cheater recall, but they don't.
They're
They're
just
not
shit.
getting the cheater
They're just
recall.
shit.
They're going to get the ward.
They're just
they
shit,
go to
bro.
ward, and we stay there and harass them.
They're wrong. A little like they're wrong. That's because they're masters, right? But if I go here right now, pick a game. Oh fuck! I don't know why it's not working. Pick a game from this motherfucker. He's recalling wave 3 or 4. Literally 9 out of 10 games. Like there's
9 out of 10 games. Okay.
the masters is not challenger. They're not right. They're very bad players, and that's something, and that's including myself.
I agree. I agree with you. I'm not.
Yeah, and it's like they're not doing
I
it
see that
right.
too in my Emerald games when they're playing like shit, and I understand they're smurfing, but I'm like, you know, you see them.
Cheater recall needs to be like, it's just int not to take it. It's just really int, because you're
Gotcha.
actually.
What about should support do it as well? or
Not
would you recommend
always.
them
No,
ganking
not
sometimes?
always.
It's a gank angle, right?
Yeah, you can roam. You can roam. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can.
That's
Also, what
what
you
I
can do
meant,
is you
but-
can just stand. Yeah. Also, what you can do is you can just stand on the brush. Honest to God, sometimes it's not worth it for you. So
I
like,
was gonna ask you that. That's my next question.
Yeah.
When my AD carries cheater recalling, and sometimes my mid might be resetting. I don't need the reset personally. I do think about just sitting at. More recently, I've been thinking about sitting at the tower, especially if the enemy AD carry or the enemy bot lane can shove it, and maybe I can catch a wave. But
I mean, this is probably.
yeah, usually I never know what to do there, like in that situation.
You can do any of it, to be honest with you. It just depends. So
Like, should I roam?
it's.
I have no wards up. I can't get deep vision. My mid laner has reset. Should I still roam and just look? Just go run mid lane and see what, or maybe we have.
Okay, that's
my-
good. So like these are like really good nuanced questions. So like, okay, so first off, okay, let me answer them one at a time, because I actually know the answer to everything you're asking.
Yeah.
So
Sorry. Yeah,
so
and these are like these nuanced situations are.
oh yeah, they're confusing.
Things that I.
Well, that's what makes you
I
better
end up
support. Is
losing games off
yeah,
of as
it's
well.
making the right decision. So first off, should you stay in lane? If your ADC gets late recall, a late cheater recall, right? Because there's like different levels, right? Like
Yeah.
like if you guys push this hard right now, that would be an okay recall. But like or if you push this wave itself even really 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 fast, like
Yeah.
you actually don't need to stay. But if like she gets a late cheater recall and these guys even out the tempo quite a bit and get an early recall, you can actually play over here and just kind of be a living ward. But this is really high level, and I actually would not recommend it to you. So I would say take the recall if you can purchase at least boots. And boots would be really OP on you in this lane anyways, so like it's good. I'm sure you'd probably prefer to go longsword, and there's an advantage there too, but I don't know. Either or. It's up to you. Like depends how you want to play.
What was the alternative?
Boots, right? Like you're either gonna pick
Oh,
one
yeah.
or the other, right? So the only
I think
problem
I
is
went magical footwear this game just to.
oh, okay. Yeah, I
value.
hate that fucking thing, to be honest with you, but that's like not because I'm right about it. I just like hate not having the option to buy
The
boots.
times I do take it, I'm like because some games on support you do want to rush the boots. Like if I can get Mobies on like Thresh,
Yeah,
or, like
I mean,
or
like
Pike and just roam
there's a
around, but-
rule like never take magical footwear over Syndra. You're just inting. You need level 2 boots rush in most matchups against this champ, right? So like
Yeah.
it just depends on the game. But okay, answer other question, because you asked a really really good question that I didn't expect you to ask. Don't have wards for deep vision. Okay, you have tempo, right? They're recalled. This guy's recalled. You have time, right? And the reason you want to take a cheetah recall, by the way, just to kind of tell you, you realize is because after a cheetah recall, the wave slow pushes into you. So you have like a 60 to 90 second window to be a dick as support. Now you can come back and 2v2 really quick, but also at the same time, you can say, hey, fuck you, you're 1v2ing, and you should be safe for this timer. Like at most, you'll lose like 2 minions. This is what you're saying, your tier AC. I'm going to use this, and you may lose a couple minions, but I mean, I'm going to go be a menace, right? And there's a ton of things you can do to be a menace. You can deep ward, right? Which is like super fucking strong. You can gank mid, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, point it being that, yes, a really good question. You can't gank mid, you're saying, because mid's on recall, and you can't deep ward. You take a recall.
just take the recall.
What other option do you have? What do you want to do? You want to run mid and just stand here and then run all the way back?
Sometimes I do. You know what I do that's super fucking cringe and inefficient is I'll say right now the scenario we just said is happening. I would myself level 2 and I would roam to that mid bot bush, and then I would just recall there and it just wastes like
Knowing that
whatever.
this guy's on recall? Well, I mean, like, usually
Yeah,
they're not on recall,
exactly.
though. Like, how often does it
Well,
happen?
like my 80, like my Singer's on recall and she's no. It's just like there's no reason. Like I roam the mid, there's nothing there, and I just go back from mid, and I just wasted 15, 20 seconds running mid when I could have just recalled.
Yeah,
here
like, that's
and
obviously
been
not
working lane
ideal.
with my-
So, like, your
with my
job,
AC.
like, you're playing one of the easiest and impactful roles in the game, right? So, like, your job is to really if you want, again, it depends how good you want to get, is to understand, like, wave states, right? So, like, if you get to a point where you can read all the wave states, like, everywhere, like, you'll be fine, right? Like, if you could quickly look top right now and understand she's shitting on Akali, right? Like, right now,
Do you macro looking at other lanes, like
when I'm playing support, I do.
Yeah, what macro, like what are your buttons? Because I don't do that, and
Oh,
that is something I've gotten before from my
all right.
teammates. I got to look at the map more.
So I mean, again, it depends how good you want to get, right? Because like if I'm playing flex and it's like with a ton of GMs and shit, like of course I'm gonna try because like they're way better than me and I'm trying to like, you know, fucking impress them. But so Z is top, X is mid or jungle. Like it depends what I'm playing, or like because if I play mid, it's jungle. If I play jungle, it's mid. And then I have, you know, the back button on the mouse.
Yeah, I got 12 buttons on the mouse.
Oh, then like I mean, bro, just that's what like Shock does. Shock, he you know who that is? He's like a challenger coach.
No.
He uses the Razor, whatever, the one with like all the buttons, and
Naga.
Naga, yeah, and he just that's all he does. So you can just do that. But this is mine, and my mouse only has 2 buttons, and this is my ADC, and this is my support.
Got you, dude. I have the Naga, and 8 through 12 are assigned the emotes, so I can spam them.
Okay, yeah, you got issues, mental issues for sure.
Probably, dude. I've been playing League since it came out. I definitely got some.
Me too. Yeah. All right, nice Q.
Oh!
Nice. I saw that angle. I'm glad you took it. Okay,
Yeah,
so here you just
split second in game, and looking at it, watching the replay back.
like
I don't
this
know
is
if it's the ping or the game, but it didn't look like I could actually land that Q when I threw it. I was
really
like,
I mean, you're too high.
Yeah, it's probably too high. I threw it out, and I was like, I don't think this is gonna hit, but it
You
does,
prayed.
said.
So here you recall,
prayed.
by the way. You know that, right?
Huh?
You recall here. So just, I know you can't control your ADC, but like you both need to recall here. Like everything here was a waste of time. This is a bad ward.
Because we're gonna recall.
Well, no, not just that. It's also a bad ward because this wave is pushing into you. So you'll see. I'm just gonna fast forward. So look at what happens when you come back to base. Wave is gonna be here. This is good, important wave state stuff. So here we are. What do we need this ward for? Look at this wave. Right? We know it's gonna come like this. We know this is gonna happen. What is the point? You just wasted a whole minute.
Well, what it brought. Oh yeah.
No, this is your wave state, right? We crash, wave state comes back.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
It's going to be a huge wave over here. You have the option of thinning it out or letting it crash. Usually you want to thin it out.
Yeah, usually that's what I meant when I said backing after placing it. It's also bad too. But what if?
Well, even if you didn't,
mean, even if I can't, I wouldn't put the ward there if I didn't back because I wouldn't be able to get there.
Yeah, but you don't need. You don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, so like this is how your wave states are going to constantly look when you're winning bot lane. The only way to keep winning bot lane is crash recall. Literally live your life on crash recall. Ideally, you crash the 3rd or 4th wave. You should be recalling every 3 to 4 waves bot lane usually, unless you're trying to keep the other bot lane there for some sort of macro play. We don't have to like go into that type of complication, but again, like. Really, I can show you really high level challenger players, like really high level. We're not even talking like there's a big difference. Someone who's ranked 200 on the server and someone who's ranked 20. Like this difference is huge, right? So, like you usually crash every 3 to 4 waves and you recall, right? And ideally you want to do cannon wave or you want to crash the wave after cannon wave with the cannon wave. So if we're talking about the first wave, you crash wave 3 or you crash wave 4, but you want to crash wave 4 with wave 3 with the cannon. Either way, this is what the lane state's always going to look like. Like right now, if they crash to you, okay, in 90 seconds, your wave will be here. This is a very important thing to just constantly remember and have your mind around. And that's why you can see your wards getting mega wasted. Instead, if you are afraid of a gank, by the way, like higher elo, they'll start ganking better. You put a ward there, and you would do it later.
Good to
So
know. I do put most of the time. I do like an early game warded for bot lane. I put it there just because good junglers will
the level
come
3
down
gank
the
or
river.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll come down the river. They'll like
Yeah,
avoid
yeah,
the
yeah. I know what
drag.
you're talking about. They'll do this. They'll either
They go
come
over the
like
drag
they
pit.
do this one or they do this one and they come. Like I know.
Yeah.
And that is what they're supposed to do. But yeah, like you're like in a pretty low elo, so like you don't have to worry too much. Nice. Let's go back into the brush now. Nice, you got the cannon, good. So like ideally what you do here, by the way, is you E. Like depending, because you really want to thin this wave out, okay?
Yeah.
And,
Yep.
and I'm gonna explain why.
I do know that I need to. I would be aware I need to thin the wave here, but I wouldn't use my E. I would like.
Well, it just depends. Like you can't fight.
Yeah.
Like you're just inting if you fight in this wave.
Yeah.
Right. So your E is what 11 seconds, 9. Like look at that. We're like that's fine. That's fine.
9 seconds.
And the only thing is like you just have to be worried about inting this wave. So like to be honest with you, when you're ahead of tempo, because you are right, because they recalled later than you, right? So when you're ahead of tempo, actually you recalled late as fuck, didn't you? What the fuck were you doing?
I was probably packing a bowl, taking a big old ripping a taking a rip real quick, getting ready for bed.
I know, but even here, oh the fuck is this? This fucked you up. This was really bad.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you canceled the auto, and then
this is why. This is why
Okay.
I wasn't tracking. I can tell you I remember my thought process. Briar, I wasn't sure. I wasn't tracking Briar correctly, so I thought there was a possibility. Oh wait, never mind. That was just bad. We already got
Okay.
the scuttle. There was a wave where after we killed the bot lane, I stopped my back because I thought Briar might be contesting scuttle with Nocturne as he was coming up, so I delayed my back, but Briar never contested. This was just brain dead play. I think.
yeah, I mean also okay, that's fine. Look, so let's talk about a few things. So right now your MF should get back into lane before Janna, right? Okay, good. Right, that's very simple. We just want to pay attention to when people recall. She's kind of a fast champ, so let's just hope she's here before her.
Yeah.
You should be here with MF. You both should have recalled way sooner. You're inting, by the way, like mad inting. By the way, here, like mad. Every second right now, you're not pressing B. Like you're not just walking here and pressing B is int as fuck.
Yeah.
Like all of this was
That's
int.
usually, and hypothetically, if this was my like duo, for example, Crizzo, we would both walk right there where I was walking and press B most likely.
Okay, good.
Just go back.
And I want to explain why. That's what I want to explain to you. Okay.
Okay.
So the reason I want to explain why is because usually if she didn't die, you'd be ahead of tempo. Where would she be? She'd be with Janna. She'd be here, right? That.
Yep.
Like tempo management is really important, and you're gonna start seeing this. By the way, like the more you think about it, the easier it's gonna be. She should be here, okay? And you would get a bounce back wave still, right? She'd recall, she'd be here, and it would all look very similar. The kill is fine too, right? Like killing her is good, it's fine, but you should be with MF, and MF should have recalled sooner. So MF should be like right here, right now. And what you would do with this tempo management is you would actually run here, and you want this wave to push into you, but you want to thin it out. This is like really high level. So what you would actually do is you'd come into this wave as it comes and you'd bully her a little bit, right? Because you both should be here right now. And you thin it out, but let it push into you. So you literally just press like one E.
And this is what I noticed, like my Masters 80 carry in this duo, the exact scenario here. He'll just type, he sees this and he'll just type to the jungle, we're like, we can freeze this wave. Like now would be a good time to gank.
That's kind of like, that's like...
Is that int?
No, it's not int. It's just... You should try and play the lane, like just to play the lane, because you can never fucking rely on your jungler, and not even in Masters. Yeah. And the thing is, truthfully, and I do like jungle centric coaching, meaning like I prioritize the jungler in a lot of ways in the way I coach, and you never know. Like if he sees like mid with like 2 HP, like it doesn't matter if you're frozen, he's got to go kill this guy, right? And then if he has like a free fucking herald to take, like bro, sorry, he's got to go take the free herald. You know what I mean? That's objective plus gold, right? Like that's 550 gold guaranteed because you get 2 plates, you get the herald gold, right? And then also on top of that, like you kill a tower sooner, right? You know what I mean? Like, so playing around jungle is just really, really, really shit because jungle, or like trying to get jungle to play around you, shit because jungle like constantly has opportunities presented them across the whole map. Like look at this whole area. Like you only have to worry about this small square, right? Well, there's times this motherfucker has to like invade enemy red, even at like 6 minutes, 6:30 or whatever. Like, so like you don't really want to freeze the wave for anything like that. Instead, you have a very simple way to play this lane macro wise, and he can play around you if he decides to. And that macro decision wise would be like, this would be like thinned out. And this is perfect, right? Because what's going to happen now, just to show you, is this going to be a very scary wave to fight in. Now they have 2, and now they're going to do what you originally did to them, right? They're going to do a crash and have like a very decent recall. And that's kind of the way the logic of this game works, right? Is, hey, I get to push into you, right? And then you get to push into me. But if you have the advantage of pushing first and recalling first, and you use your tempo intelligently, you can thin out the wave while also letting it push you because you want to. You want to be in a safe space. And this would all be like 2 fucking health right now. You know what I mean? But it'd still be pushing into you. And now you can equalize this lane in the middle here, right? You can like literally have it be like 4 minions versus 4 minions. Or even something more like nicer, like you're 4 versus they're like 6 or 7, right? But right now we have like this huge wave, right? And if they were good, they'd bully you in this wave because you cannot fight them. That would just be in, right? Like even this John is playing it bad.
Yeah, like these guys step back. Like
yeah,
they're playing so far back.
Yeah, and she should play Brush, to be completely honest with you. Like she has no reason not to hug this side. Like it's okay if you kick her. She's Janna. Like I'd fucking cue you mid kick. Like I'm, you know, I'm not.
I know. I was so worried. I was like, in Champ Select, I thought this was an L because if the Jan is good, then I'm fucked this Lee Sin.
So you see how this is like, it's not like you can't even tank this, right? Like this minion's gonna die, and you guys gotta like.
It's me trying to thin it out. What I'm doing now, that measly auto attack.
Yeah. So I want to just to reiterate, the way you should have been thinning it out is with a tempo advantage by you 2 being back before them 2 are. Now in this situation, it could have been you 2 here versus the 1 ADC, right? It could have been versus her, and that's when you could have kind of thinned it up. But again, just to reiterate, you do want it to push into you, right? You want to be safe in this wave, and there's a way to constantly keep yourself safe because you push the wave. Let me just talk about this scenario because everything going forward is still the same thing as hard crashing wave 3-4 and recalling. You keep the wave here, and then you start a slow push for yourself back, right? And then when you have like a really big wave and like the slow pushes get frozen to around this area a lot of the time, let's say that happens and then you're hard pushing, right? 1, you can safely push really quick, right? So you can push quick. That's what we'll call it because you have a big wave. It can help you push. And then you want to recall. 2, if they 3v2 you, right? So you get 3v2'd. I guess you'd be 2v3, right? Because you're the 2. If they 2v3 you, you have a huge wave. Like literally, usually like 11 minions and one of them is a cannon minion. So a lot of times you can actually take the 2v3 fight and it's extended and you're buying tempo for your team on the map, which is like really important. So constantly the wave states like that. And that's why a winning bot lane stays winning because of these situations a lot of times, especially like the higher elo you get, right? You'll see that. So that's why people in high elo meta, like they go like, oh, I can't play Samira. And it's like, oh, why? It's like, well, she fucking sucks early game, right? So, you know, like if you int your pre-6, they're just going to push, come back with tempo, keep a frozen wave on you here, push, come back with tempo, keep a frozen, you know what I mean? Like that's why people pick for lane. So I'm just trying to explain the way the laning should work. And that's why this is kind of important. And right now, as you can see, if they're smart, they're taking a recall. They're not. They're really fucking stupid, right? Because this would actually be like a really decent recall for them, right? Honestly, they should have like harassed you under tower and then taken a recall, but that's whatever, just quickly, because then you couldn't touch the wave, and then this wave would have hit your wave, and then this would have been a slow push back into them, but whatever, that's a whole different story. I'm sure that makes sense.
You're afraid of the Lee Sin for sure.
Yeah. That was the best Q I've seen on the planet.
Whoops, that one slipped.
Yeah, so over here,
Popcorn. Yeah,
so like, I'll explain. So like here, again, this is just because you're playing against baddies or whatever. Like, again, you should stay brush pressure. We don't care that you get queued. Like, it's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? Like, you'll heal up, whatever. We don't care if you get W'd by Kai'Sa. Brush pressure is really strong here just from the way these people are playing and their body language, because what these guys are actually allowing you to do is build a slow push into them. If you kind of pay attention, she's only going for like these last hits, right? And like you're harassing her, right? And she's just dumb. You see, like she's dumb. She's not thinking Misfortune has no E and has no Q. She's not thinking that, right? Because right now they should actually fight behind this wave, and they should blew her load. Yeah, they should both stand here. You can't even get on them. They should W, Q her. Like they played that so bad, right? So, like this was the way they should play, right? And anyways, right now you're getting a good like wave advantage, and you should just stay in this brush so that she stays scared. So they both stay scared, because you don't care about getting hit, bro. Like you're not gonna die. I don't know if you know this, but these are weak early game champs, right? And you keep this wave kind of as a threat, and you're going to slowly push it in. So you want to slowly get ready and push this wave in.
Okay.
This is just like, what elo is this?
Emerald.
Yeah, okay. So again, they're allowing you to build this wave. This is a small advantage for your wave, but it's actually huge, and you just don't want to give this up. Like, you really want to keep this going, because right now, ideally, you want to crash the next wave with this when it comes. You do not want them to like touch this wave. Like, you see how your wave's bigger right now? Like, this is good. This is good. See what this is gonna cause? Okay, so right now you're getting ganked. It's fine. This is like so bad. Briar's actually inting. Like, really inting. Really inting. Oh.
Got the ankle insurance, and then I emote there.
Yeah.
Wait for the Janna Q. There it is.
Alright, so you just hard push this.
Hard push it, baby.
Yeah, so like, look, I understand what you're thinking right now, and this is good. This is
What
fine.
am I thinking? Wait, don't hit play. What am I thinking?
You want to kill the Janna.
Alright. Yeah, go ahead, hit play.
Yeah. So and I understand this, but just again, a good player, she's not going to stand here. You never stand here, by the way. A good bot lanes would never.
I know.
Like,
I know. And this is when I like my thought process is like I have to punish this Janna's bad positioning.
That's fine. That's fine. I just want to let you know. Good.
So I shouldn't even. But
I'll tell you. Okay, I'm going to tell you because your instincts are.
Still go for this to punish it?
Yeah, but like, just listen. Just hear me out. Hear me out. Okay, because we have different instincts. My instincts kick in differently than yours. My instincts are, I want to recall. I want to recall. I want to recall. They're never letting me kill them. I'm never going to kill these guys. They're not that dumb, right? That's my instinct. That's not your instinct. Your instinct is, these people are fucking dumb and I'm going to fuck them up, right? Yeah, okay. So let me explain. Right now we're in a window. We're in a window here. And I'm thinking, my Q's 5 seconds. John is going to go stand here. There's no way she's going to let me kill her. So I need to auto this wave. Every minion right now. Auto, E, auto, Q. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I need to push this wave. That's what I'm thinking. Look at what you're doing at 1x speed. You're running in this brush. You're like, oh, maybe I can land a Q. Oh, maybe I can, you know, why? Why should that Q ever land? Look at this huge wave. They should never stand here. This is going to push into them 1,000,000%. They won't even lose a single minion by standing here, a single minion. But instead,
that's what good bot lane. Yeah,
of course, right? You should never int a wave pushing into you, right? So here we go, and then like,
because of my mindset, when I get a good, what you're saying is because I'm figuring it out. My mindset when the good AD carries sit at the tower, I'm like, fuck, these guys are actually good. They're gonna sit at the tower. I don't know what to do now.
Look, you want to play against better players, right? So like, have the habits to play around better players. Anyways, you guys should have crashed this like 2 whole seconds ago. You should have recalled. Hopefully you recall here. Let's see what you do. You guys fucking int. Like, oh my god. All right, you obviously int. Okay, so obviously again, like, right? You're just like hoping people are dumb or whatever. You're playing. You know what I mean? Like, you're trolling. Like, oh, I hope Janna doesn't like fucking know how to press Q, right? I hope her keyboard breaks mid fucking dive. If you recalled, oh my god, you like, this lane's over. Like, the lane's fully over. But instead, like, you just take this risk and you feed the kill, right? So whatever. Anyways, this is good.
I do that a couple more times.
That's fine. This is good. This is something that like you should always know as a support player, is when you have a, like, this wave bouncing back to you like this, right? Because it's pushing into you, right? That you should always roam through mid, and you can like decide to like go down or whatever. And as you can see, again, it buys you like a lot of time.
Yep, I got time. I'm chilling.
You should ping. You gotta ping. Like, this guy doesn't know what a mini map is. You know what I mean? Like, you have to ping.
I bait that person into death here. I didn't have electrocute proc, so that was my
Nice roam by Janna. Okay. Oh, this is like really low elo. Honestly, really low elo. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna BRB. Just give me 1 sec. I just gotta get a drink. But as you can see, it's a pretty safe laning spot now. So obviously you guys just take fucking Herald right now, but we'll see. Why? Because your top lane can come.
This guy. On Rift Vision, even when they have Scuttle Crab, I mean.
Yeah, I mean,
they know we're on it. We still just do
well, like, okay, so like, again, it's lane states, right? So right now, if we understand lane states, right? Like, this guy, look at his health. Does mid have to recall? Yes. Does my mid have teleport? Yes. Is their top getting pushed in? Yes. My top's fresh. So right now, gold spent, right? Look at the gold spent. Look at the gold spent, right? Gold spent 2,200. Gold spent 1,300. So this guy cannot participate in the fight, right? Can this guy participate in the fight? No. So
it's coming. Briar's coming back from base.
Briar's coming out, that's fine. But we're technically about to be in a 2v4 situation. Well, 4v2 for you guys. And at most, like, let's say it's like let's say Janna comes or whatever. Like, you guys can see, you can clearly see you have the advantage here, right? Like, if I do this, like, even if Janna came.
I want to do Rift here, but I don't start it myself. I just
Ping,
like
bro.
if
Ping,
like if
ping, ping,
yeah,
ping, ping. You need to be the shot caller. Like, you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, I always
Yeah,
tell
like
people, like,
I know Rift Herald's a correct thing, but my jungle doesn't go to it, so I'm like, all right, he doesn't want to do it.
no,
So
no,
yeah,
no, no, no,
fine.
bro. Like,
Yeah,
people, especially when you hit Emerald, I think people start actually listening. They just don't know what the
yeah.
right call is. But like, if you ping it, they go, oh, yeah, this is a free dragon. So, you know, like, yeah.
This is some of the things I'm starting to notice is like I do know how to win the game and when we should be doing certain things, but I'm not always communicating that. I'm just riding it out with my
I mean, yeah,
team.
you'd even ping the Syndra. Like, the Syndra could have actually stood here and baited because she actually had
Yeah.
enough mana for
I wish
QE.
I had the beta mode. What's the beta mode now?
There
They
is no
got rid
beta
of
mode.
it.
Just ping on my
Wing
way.
ping.
Or I ping fight a lot.
Got you. Yeah. Okay, you're right. I do that too.
This is good. This is really good, actually, to be honest with
I
you.
got baited.
Oh, no, you're like trolling.
Yeah,
Why'd you
I just
take
wanted
it?
to stop his back.
Well, you did stop his back. That was
I know. I should have
winning.
stopped. I should. And then I didn't realize he had barrier. But
Yeah. I mean,
even okay, what if he doesn't have barrier and I kill him there and int?
and die?
Just coming back and die. And she's
I don't
gonna
think it's
wave
worth
it.
dying for it because you're, God, how do I explain this? Here, like, think about this. I don't think it's worth dying for because,
Yeah, it's like the temp. Oh, it's fucked.
well, let me put it to you this way, and this is debatable. Like, I would have challenger players agreeing with me and challenger players disagreeing with me. Like, it's a good kill, but you're saying like you both die, right? So like
Yep.
one
Well, I'm saying I die
and he dies.
and the Jin dies.
Yeah.
Sintra is still where she is on the lane on the map.
Yeah, I understand. So it's 300 gold for them and 300 gold for you. Okay, so we can just say equal, right? But this is really important. He dies, right?
He does,
And let's just say he's off the map for 15 seconds and you're off the map for 15 seconds. So now you're both at a base. And now you both need to walk to your respective areas. So let's just say that takes 25 seconds, okay?
Yeah.
So how much time did you both lose in the game if you trade kills?
10 seconds.
No, do some math, bro.
I can't do math, dude. I don't know how to do numbers.
Okay, whatever. So 25 plus 15, 40. So you're both off the map for 40 seconds, right?
Got you.
Okay.
Yep.
If you force him to recall late, it's 8 seconds plus 25, okay? And for you, it's 0 seconds because you're mid already, right? And then you get to walk here faster and make a play. You understand? Like you are saying both of us need to teleport back, or I can just make one person teleport back and I can do whatever the fuck I want. You can get a ward here, you know what I mean? You can transition to bot, whatever, shit like that. The only like rectifying thing about it is if you push him out, you give Syndra a bit of an advantage. So like she can, I don't fucking know. It's not really that big of an advantage. Like she gets this plate no matter what. You know what I mean? Like I can't really think what the advantage would be because I don't think I'm good enough to really see that far ahead.
That is what I'm thinking about is the advantage in this situation is that she's gonna shove it in. She's gonna have.
I'm like a big. Wave, I'm a big proprietor of like I perpetuate like the fact that like making someone recall can be just as good as a kill.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. You're right.
Like
this is just you're right.
Right, like so 100%. Like if it was the same situation and Drake was coming up and you were a vital part, like you were the jungler, let's just say, like or like whatever, you're just a vital part of taking the Drake, like if you force him to recall and you can play the Drake, it's better than both of you dying and now you can't play the Drake, right? And this is a very similar situation. You can force one person to recall instead of both of you do this, right? Because look, you're coming out of the fucking base, right? And let's just say he was coming out of the base right now. You wouldn't have to be here. You could fucking be right here right now and he would still be coming out of base. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just exaggerating it a bit, but like you can stay on the map and he can't. Yeah. All right, hold on. Let me get a drink.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, sure.
Just one sec.
Don't think about it that way. Oh shit, I didn't see my death there. Oh no, chat, he's gonna yell at me.
Okay, so I come back to you inting. Let me see. Alright. Little homie, like what the fuck happened, bro?
Yeah, it's the least. I got that syndrome, dude. I got that syndrome.
Oh, okay. Um, that's not horrible. That's not horrible. It's not bad. Pretty good. TBH. So this guy,
I'm essentially turbo inting on Lee Sin. Every time I'm going places on the map and I'm gonna do something, and it's probably not gonna be good.
this guy's trolling. Just recall. Oh, he's so troll. This is so troll. Just you never really want to go for this plate.
You get the first plate though, right?
Yeah. Like you auto it once and then you recall. Like if you don't think the enemy stayed, you just auto it once. You recall right here. Like literally, she shouldn't even auto it if she doesn't. If she knows for sure this person is not here. Just saying. Like if she knew that it looked like this, by the way, you literally just recall right now. You don't even auto it. Like you don't understand what tempo means, bro. Like you need to understand.
I understand what tempo means, but not to the extent of not the way that you do. I don't value it as high. I guess
You
I
need
don't
to.
understand it if I don't.
Like this guy
value
needs
it.
to recall. Like we need to recall right now, and I'll just explain it to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so he'd be in base right now, by the way. Okay.
Yep.
And he'd be running out, and then let me just push you this way. He'd be here right now, which is so important. It's worth way more. It's worth way more. Like it's worth way more than what the fuck he did. And by the way, plates are free unless he's close to an item, bro.
How do I roam if my AD carry is backing perfectly like that? Like I feel like
no, backing perfectly is when you can roam.
Okay.
Backing perfectly is the best thing for a support because right now, like let's say you were here and you recalled with her, like here. Okay. I want you to understand. Like let's say you were live and you recalled.
She's recalling now.
Okay, yeah, she's recalling now. Just look at the way the game's working, right? So you recall. Okay.
Yeah.
And let's just say you start walking out of the base. We can just say this is you because this is fine. All right. Now look at the wave down here. You need to be for it when it's here. That's so much time.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you have. So much time. Let's go back and look. It's 10 minutes. Let's say that's ideally. You don't need to because this is they'd have to dive her, right? Yeah. But let's just say you do, right? Let's say you're recalling with her. Look at the time. Look at the time. Boom. You'd be like, I don't know, going for your roam right now.
Yep.
And it's going to slow push back. And boom. That's enough time for a transition through mid and then go bot. Or hit Rift play. Oh, by the way, if you play Rift, you usually lose the timer to make it back down here. So because it'll hit this. This is fine too, right? Being here for this. But this is perfect. This is why this is like the best thing in the world. Because you pushed here, she's not in danger. That's why.
She's not in danger.
Yeah, it's like literally.
What if Janna's like Nautilus in this scenario?
If she gets dove?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're trading a risk to make something good happen here, or a risk for something bad to happen here. And if the situation arises where she dies and loses all these minions, and you guys lose the fight here and don't get anything, yes, that's a losing play for your team. Okay. But it's like. It's a really good risk.
And get Rift and they dive her and kill her.
There's a reason this is the risk every challenger support takes, right? There's a reason that this is the good play because this is like worth more. You know what I mean? Like we're trying to win the game. Like you're worth more. We would rather. I mean, this is just.
What should my response be when I go and roam and then the Nautilus dies, my AD carry dies, and then my AD carry tells me to rope?
Get higher elo because they'll stop saying that to you.
Okay.
Like that's just like what noob ADCs say, to be honest with you.
Gotcha.
But like if you have a situation here to create 4v3 and make a play, right? And they have to 2v1 here, like how do I explain this better than the best way to explain this, just like kind of mathematically, is they have a bigger advantage here, right?
Yep.
Did you understand why?
Yeah, they have a bigger advantage because the numbers.
The numbers, right? Like they're 200% stronger. And when you're 4v3, you're 33% stronger. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of the play. So, like, this is risky, but, like, we're playing for something huge, which is Herald, right? And, like, you can actually make, like, a lot happen with these roams. So, actually, let's see what you actually do. So, we can, like...
Yeah, let's see. Might have to zoom in.
Oh, you're, like, turbo inting. Hold on. We got. Bro, what the fuck?
I knew that bitch was there. Yep, I know, dude. Can't believe it. Oof.
Just like what happened to this? No, this. Oh my god, what did he do?
You see what happened there? Briar jumps over and I ward hop, so they know I'm there. I ward hop past Briar here. Right by her.
This just
I had
sucks. This guy's an
delay.
idiot. Like, this is just so bad. Like, he's wasting like fucking 20 seconds here saying, I hope that I land like some Qs and an auto. Like, this is just all really noob shit. By the way, like, just to let you know what you should fucking be doing right now. Like, if, you know, your team had a brain, just go to the fucking Herald. Like, holy shit. Just go to the
I
fucking
see
Herald.
her low and I got blood in my eye. I see fucking...
Well, yeah, whatever.
red.
But like, I'm just saying as a team play. Let me explain something. This is your safe space. Actually, to be completely real with you, this is more of your safe space. Oh, fuck, man. I can't draw a fucking circle.
Come on, dude.
But it's like this, sure. Okay. And this area, like when you start this objective, this is like a magnet. People run here. Okay.
Yeah.
So like, why the fuck do we care about even bothering anyone here when we can make them walk into us? Imagine everyone comes to me now. You're my bitch, right? And you have an advantage right now on the map. This guy needs to farm all this before he recalls. And then he needs to recall then TP back. This guy's going to be here first. And you have equal tempo mid, right? And you're here. So we're literally, again...
Spamming Rift instead of...
Of course, bro. What the
Taking
fuck
it
is
around the
this?
big
Like, this
column.
just like... You know, towers do damage, right? Look at the
Yeah.
290, bro. Like, this ain't a joke. Look at your fucking health bar. Right? Like, so, like, this is just so int. It's just so int. It's just so high risk, low reward. Alright, whatever.
I did that. That was like, all right, if I hit this, then we're killing her. If not, I'm going to back away. But then I got that syndrome. I was like, oh.
Okay, well, hopefully this guy rushes Rift after you kill this motherfucker, because, like, it's a really
I
decent...
reset.
Death timers are nothing.
Yeah, death timers are nothing.
It's kind of sad. Whatever, we have a TP mid. So right now you guys are, like, winning hard. Like, really hard.
Yeah, we're winning. Yeah, this is pretty... I mean, this is pretty much the game.
You'll stop driving and watching the stream, and I'd be in the mood for pizzas. So that's up to you. So you gotta assess these situations. It looks like your ADC has some gold. Yeah, I think you guys win this, man. It just depends if her ult gets interrupted or not. That's really all it is. There's a decent like you could take that kick.
I know. I know she has her Q.
That's fine. Like, you need to soak everything up so this bitch can just press R. You have full health bar. She doesn't. Like, don't let her get hit. Don't let them use the abilities on her. It's all trading, right? In the end.
Yeah.
Like, you're just trying to get your ADC to recall here, so maybe you don't get a kill, but oh my god, bro.
I just
Like-
was blocking cannon. Not in cannon.
Well, you didn't get the cannon yourself.
I didn't?
No.
I got knocked up.
I mean, you didn't even try to auto it. Alright, this is really good for you. Okay. Good, good. You gotta help this guy push. Okay, whatever. Good. Great recall. Really good, really good, really good. Super winning play. And again, this is gonna be safe, right? This is gonna happen. And it's gonna bounce back, right? What the fuck was that, bro? Like, why did she... Okay, this is fine. This is a good rotation. But, like, why did she path that way?
Who, me?
No, this guy, bro. Whatever. Like, look at this. Look. Okay. I guess it works in the end. It's very good. Always pizza. Yeah. All right. This is really good. Where the fuck were you? How am I, why am I so... Dude, are you like...
I'm AFK here.
Oh my god, this guy's like actually... Like, you should be here right now.
Yeah.
All right. This should be taken. We know there's a 2v1 bot lane, right? So you guys have a huge numbers advantage here. It's a really good rotation between your teammates. I'm not going to lie. I think Syndra should have recalled, but that's okay. Nice. Bye-bye. All right. Like, so here you're just looking to start this rift for your team. TBH.
Yep.
It's still winning.
No vision. I have Umbral. I know they have no vision, so I'm just AFK in their jungle.
All right, that's fine. That's fun. I'm not gonna lie. I think a good team doesn't even try to go to Rift here, enemy team, but that's okay. Wow, you guys really don't like Rift at this fucking elo.
We're allergic. We have Rift. Look, We still have Rift. Oh, now it's good.
Eh.
Their top side jungle's lit up like a
This is like a really strong situation for Lee Sin. Is like you won bot lane and you switch mid and bot, and that's just like kind of your wet dream, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Is to
this
just,
was my wet dream. Lee Sin deal.
bro, like you will fall behind. Like go to a lane a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, go to
Yeah, I do fall. I have issues falling behind in XP.
you have enough vision to be able to stay in a lane and track, and then maybe try and make a play after that. Because like, yes, you killed Jhin or whatever, but like, you're still just sitting in the jungle doing nothing for most of the time. You know, like there's intelligent ways to sit in jungle, and like it has to be somewhat calculated. But yeah, it's like kind of int.
Yeah, it's a good point to just get the vision, like track what the vision. And
Yeah, like you'll know someone's like, oh, this is wave's pushing you, and it's gonna bounce back soon. So if it bounces back, you know that someone's gonna come farm it. Why? Because it's gonna be like a big wave. So right now, after your recall, you can actually go run through mid, then play top, and there's most likely gonna be someone here that's easy to dive. Like you want to try and think like that. That's like, again, it depends on your goal in the game.
Say that again.
This wave's pushing into you. So what's going to happen is, remember, like this is how the waves look, right? Like every time a wave gets pushed in, 60 seconds later, there's going to be a big wave for you back here, or vice versa, right? So soon we're just going to see like 12 red minions here. And then you can see on the mini map that this turret is low, right? Like if we look right here on the mini map, we can see it's low. So this is wave states. So we want to measure wave states. So then what you can do is you can transition through mid, because you'll have a little bit of time, then transition top, and you can like make a play. I'll show you. Look. And you can play top now. Like if someone greets here, it's fine.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And then you can come play Drake a little bit later. You want to also time this around objectives. That's why when there's no objectives on the map, especially like really high elo players, they play the game so differently than when there is. But again, Drake's not like worth that much, but that's like a whole different story. But again, right, like 60 seconds later, this is here. And let's say a Kali did try and defend it. Well, the fact that you're two people, you know what I mean? You can kill, go for a dive, whatever. But she wasn't there. Even no one was there for some fucking reason, but that's okay. I don't know why. I don't really understand what everyone's doing. Like, what did she do? Oh, she just like shitting her pants, TBH. Like, what the fuck? Oh, really?
DC? She DC'd.
Rage quit maybe, but okay. But like, I think you understand what I'm saying, because she should have been there, right? And you could have killed. I was so confused. Where the fuck is it? Whatever. Okay, cool. Again, that's like wave states, and as a roaming support, it's your job, and that's what like really high elo junglers do and why they're good. I like this. You're playing Fog. This is really smart. Bad players never play Fog. Yeah, you moved like really late there for some reason, by the way.
Yeah.
Like
probably the marijuana in my system.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, so this game's like not really worth going over anymore, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's not. After here, it's over. That,
yeah, like this is your 10k lead.
I learned a lot from this, and I think maybe sometime in the future, if you're open to reviewing a game, I duo a lot with one of your viewers, Krizo.
Yeah,
maybe
for sure.
Me and him can duo, and then when a good review game comes up, we could run it by you if you wanted to review.
Yeah, let's do it, man. For sure.